Welcome to week one. So, as I mentioned in the orientation, at the beginning of each week, I have included the task list. It is a description of what you're going to learn in the week. It has a bunch of information in terms of, um, the tasks that you can expect. So I broke it down in different steps and or like a checklist for yourself, and then it'll go right into the assignments. So for this week, this is the introduction week to the concepts of rhetoric. And this course is built on rhetoric. And you'll learn about rhetoric in this section here. Okay, so I have three different files that you're gonna need to download and read. It's really important that you take the time to read this. I don't have that many assignments this week because I want you to spend time to actually read and dissect these files so that you can have a good understanding of what rhetoric is. And then throughout the course, we're gonna gain a much more advanced understanding of rhetoric. Okay. I've also included supplementary information. This is a good PowerPoint for you to read, and you can just navigate yourself through the arrows here. Okay. And then more information on the rhetorical situation. I have included really good videos that I found online that do a really good job at explaining rhetoric. This is really good for learning about how rhetoric plays into an AP course and some skills that you can gain. So this is hugely important that you watch this one. Okay. After you have read and watched these resources, you will complete this reflection. Okay. Then here are your prompts. And then next, you will be looking into rhetoric in your emails and introduction to a tool that you will use to analyze rhetoric, which is Soapstone. In this assignment called Rhetoric in Your Emails, you're gonna see that rhetoric can be found in something as simple as an email. So you're going to watch this video first, okay? And then you will go through this assignment, okay? Email and analysis, how rhetoric can be found in emails. You have a prompt in your response. So when it's time for you to submit it, you click on the link here to work on your assignment. Okay, so part one is you're going to write an email to an instructor, okay, to me to try to convince your instructor to make an exception for you based on the prompt provided at the top or the scenario. Okay, so you're gonna write a mock email. So you can write like, Dear Mr. Uggan, and then your response, right? Like just like an email. And then after that, you're going to break down your email rhetorically using the PACES strategy. You might be thinking, what's the PACES strategy? You're gonna see it in one of the readings that you will download and go through. So, like I said, you really need to go through that, okay? And then will respond to that one, okay? All right. Let me just show you really quickly how to submit this assignment. So when you click that one, you can see the rubric that I'll be using to grade you. Okay. You're gonna write this on a Word file, and you can click Browse My Computer to attach it, or you can write it here in Write Submission. I don't recommend writing it here and Write Submission in CourseSites, because when you click that, you're going to input your response here. This is fine. However, if you're going to step away from your computer and then it times you out and it logs you out, your work will not be saved. Okay, so I recommend that you just browse your computer for, you attach your Word document. Okay. In the past, students have been submitting their assignments in the comment section here. I won't accept work here because that is viewable separately. So when it's time for me to grade the submission, it needs to be here. If you're going to do it right away, you're going to take the time to stay on your computer and do that, or browse your computer, which is where you work on your stuff on Microsoft Word and then save it and upload it. Okay. So that is one. You could also click Save as Draft if you're typing it here, and then you can come back to it. That's a smart way, but then in the past, a lot of students haven't been doing that, so they've come to me for you know, with excuses saying, oh, it didn't save or whatever. All right. You're going to notice that there's this link of the like table of context of things in this week. So this will provide you information, or at least a little glimpse of what to expect. So I'm going to click that link here for this photo, Introduction to Soapstone. That's the next thing. So you're going to use this specific tool throughout the course in the year. So you're going to learn about soapstone and how you can use that for rhetorical analysis. Okay? And I even give you an explanation why use soapstone. Here's a video that explains the use of soapstone, and here's another one. And then I have a file that you can use to do soapstone analysis. But here is a link to a soapstone activity. There are 5 different videos, TED Talk videos. I hope that you're familiar with TED Talk videos. There are 5 different videos that you're going to, that you could choose from. Okay, you don't have to do everything, just one. So let's say I want to choose this one, Monica Lewinsky's The Price of Shame. Okay, so for this assignment, you're going to watch a TED Talk at this link below. Okay. And then when you watch it, so this is how it looks. Okay, you click the play button to play it, and then depending on the video, you can click this link here, View Interactive Transcript, so that as it plays, you can read what she's saying, and then you can make notes and stuff like that. You can possibly print this out and you can annotate. And this is really good information for you, really good way for you to understand what she's saying so you can analyze. Okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to choose one part of soapstone, right? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts of soapstone, and you're going to choose one. Just do one, just because it's an introductory assignment, and you're going to conduct an analysis on that component for the video that you watched. Okay, so let's say you chose speaker, that is this S of soapstone, the acronym. You can conduct your analysis on the speaker. Okay, and then the way you post your responses, you click reply, and then you type your response here. All right, and then when you're done, okay, you can click submit to post your response. Okay, and then next, you're going to respond to a peer's post. So I did subject, and then let's say your classmate did tone. Let's say this is about tone. I'm going to reply to this response. Okay, in the response, I'm going to add detail to that one. Maybe your classmate needs to add more information, or you want to add something that the person didn't consider, something like that, just to increase the quality. You're going to respond to that person, and then you will also provide feedback on that person's analysis. Okay, so look at the good aspects of the response and ways to improve it, so that you can help each other to see how you can improve your analysis. Okay, here's a really important note. Once someone did one component of soapstone, you cannot do that again. So if subject was analyzed, you cannot do another subject analysis as the original. So let's say this original post was about the speaker. Okay, I cannot do another response on the speaker, okay, because this is already done. I can respond to this to this person, but my initial post cannot be this one, part 1. My part 1 cannot be speaker as well. All right, you're gonna have to go to the thread or the main forum and choose a different one. Okay, based on the student count, there should be enough students to post once, or one component of soapstone for any of these. So you don't have to do everything, just do one of these. All right, so that's basically it for week 1. If you have any questions, please let me know, and please make sure that you do your assignments early rather than waiting until Saturday night cramming. Okay.